Hello, guys, and welcome to episode 7 of The Journey. We're starting to get into it now, and by this time, it was late December 2016, and things were going great. There was a few challenges. I started to understand that people were going to leave, that it's okay that people left, and for a moment there, I held grudges internally, more so. And had to accept the fact that people were going to move on, and that is okay. People do move on, and if anything, it's a lesson that I need to take out of my own book and understand, well, what wasn't I giving and providing that allowed those people to continue? By this time we had got a steer, a rower, an assault bike, full dumbbell rack, benches, and we'd fully developed the home gym to its best. We had everything from slam balls to kettlebells to, like I said, dumbbell rack, squat rack, and we'd really had quite a bit of equipment by this point. So in regards to like profiting the business, it wasn't necessarily evident because we were continually buying new stuff to go with the growth. And like I said, we upgraded the home gym fully. And I started to feel some really great momentum, besides the fact that there was more people to handle. We ended up getting to the point where we had about 55 people. And it was around at this 55 people mark that I started to, I had just come out of a relationship, and I had started to feel, really started to believe in myself, and I grew this ambition, and I had this ambition always, but I had this feeling that things weren't growing. I had this feeling like I had to change something, and if that was the right decision or not, I don't really know, but I definitely have no regrets. And so what ended up happening, I decided that the back end of 2016 December, coming into like February 2017, that things weren't necessarily moving forward. I felt like I almost had like my first roadblock, and I had to go with the growth, and I was starting to look at a few different membership options and whatnot, and also move into a place where I started to look around for my first place, and trying to map out the vision of where I wanted to go. Very ambitious early on in my younger years, and I was only still 19 at this point. So I had to go with the flow of the business. I didn't know much about business besides the fact that I was a trainer. So little did I know that, moving into a place, if I was to go ahead with that, how much learning that would bring in stress, but definitely learning it would bring. So it was come around this time I started to really notice I had to change something. So I started sort of looking into the market, what was around, costings, pricings, started to drive by places and see if it would work. Started to obviously talk to the parents about moving to things and looking at my finances, running P&L statements, so profit and loss statements, and strategies to grow and whatnot. So it was a really, really interesting time, and I had to really trust my gut instinct. And within that time frame, we'd move into our very first place. It was a 115 square meter place in Erina, and Erina isn't cheap, and 115 square meters isn't huge, but I took it in, and I remember my dad sitting down with me, and we went and saw the solicitor to go over my contract, and I was very, very fortunate that mum and dad helped me with that solicitor, that payment, because it was a bit of an eye-opening going, you're in the real world, Jared, now. Like, you've been in the real world, but now you're stepping into some big shoes. And, even just getting that bill was a surprise and a bit of a shock. But I remember leaving that chat, and I remember so clearly my dad said to me, things are about to get crazy. Just be ready, be ready. And, me being very young and ambitious, I, swiped him and he said, yeah, no worries, I'll be fine. And, we moved into our first place, and it was great. I had to order some new equipment, organise financing, organising finance of like $50,000 worth of equipment, and going through that whole process. And that's what the next episode is going to be about, is, the opening of that place and getting it ready to be open, and the first couple of months in that place. And some of the biggest realizations that I had, that I was now running a real business. Like it was you couldn't fart ass around. Like you were in business now. You had contracts and you had negotiations and finances to pay, and I had to accept that, and I had to learn quickly that I had some pretty deep learning lessons, and I can't wait to share that all with you all in the next episode on, the next steps that DMR took with its journey.